Hi again, friends. It's Ms. Leslie, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a little art project on the parts of a flower. So hopefully you already heard the read along of My Tiny Seed, which is by Eric Carle, and he is both the writer. So who remembers what the author does? Right, so we have the author and we have the illustrator, right? So which one writes the book, the author or the illustrator? That's right, the author. The author writes the book, and the illustrator, he draws the pictures. And sometimes we have different people that do them, and sometimes we have the same person that does both. So sometimes we have one person write the book and a different person draw the pictures, and sometimes we can have one person do both things. And in this case of the Tiny Seed, we have Eric Carle that writes the book and he illustrates the book as well. So if you go ahead and you see the cover of the Tiny Seed, I'm going to post a picture of it, but you can have your mommy or your daddy show it to you, or you can pause the picture before it starts, the story before it starts, the read along starts, so you can go ahead and see it. And we're going to do a very easy art project that is going to resemble the flower that we see in My Tiny Seed. Now remember that you don't have to use the colors that I use. It's your art, so you can go ahead and you can do it however you'd like. But the point is that our flower has petals, it has a stem, and it has some leaves on it too, so we get the different parts of a flower. And in our book, our little tiny seed goes all around the world before finally it gets to actually grow and become a flower, right? So what we're gonna need is we're gonna need some paint, and I have green, I have yellow, and I have red for my flower, because I want to make it look like the one on the cover, but remember, you don't have to. We're gonna need some glue, some white paper, okay, 2 sheets of white paper actually, some scissors. Remember to always ask mommies and daddies if you can use scissors, some paint brushes, and I think that's about it. Okay, so on your first, and remember to always put something down in case you make a painting mess. Then you can go ahead and clean it up easily, because if we make a mess, it's okay. We just have to remember that we have to try to clean it up. Now, if you don't have paint, that's okay. You can go ahead and you can do it with markers or crayons too. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold our paper like we did last time in half, so we get 2 parts, okay? So I'm gonna fold it hamburger style. I'm not gonna fold it the long hot dog style, okay? So like this. Just fold along so you get 2 different sides. Okay, and then on one side you're going to make the colors of your petals, and on the other side you're going to make the color of your stem and your leaves, so you don't waste any paper. So for mine, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use yellow and red. So I'm going to put some yellow on one side of my paper. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tilt my phone so you can see what I'm doing on my paper. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some yellow first. Okay, and I'm going to grab my brush and I'm just going to lightly brush it on there. You can go all different ways if you want. Just do it on one half of your paper. One of the halves. Okay, so I got some yellow on there and I went different ways with my brush. Try to get as much as your white as you can. You don't want a lot of white on your paper. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put a little red on there too. So I'm just gonna drizzle some red. And just a little, not a lot, just like glue. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna brush that on too. Okay, just have fun with it, different little strokes. Okay, so I'm just stroking it up and down, side to side. You can do whatever you'd like with it. So you have a little bit of a red, a little bit of yellow, and then when your colors mix together, who remembers what you get when you mix orange? I mean, silly me, I just told you. When you mix yellow and red, orange. So you'll have a little bit of orange as well. Okay, so there you go. I have one side. That's gonna be my petals. And then I have my other side, that's gonna be my stem. Now your stem doesn't have to be green and yellow, but I'm going to make mine green and yellow. So I'm going to, again, put a little bit of yellow down. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna brush it on like I did my other color on my other side. Okay, boom, got it. I'm becoming an illustrator. I'm drawing pictures to a book here. Okay, so then my brush had a little bit of green. That's why there's some green on there right now. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of green to it. And remember, if you don't have paint, you can just do it with a marker or 2 crayons. You can color some green first or some yellow first, and then you can go ahead and color some green or yellow after and have both colors on there. And you can do the same thing with the other one. You can do some red first, and then you can do some yellow on there also. So you have both colors, right? And just have fun with it, right? You can put some music. You can paint to the beat. Just mix it around. Take your time. No hurry. I'm an artist, and my art is beautiful. And there you go. So I have both my colors for my stem and my leaf, and I have the colors for my petals. Okay, so you're just gonna have to let that dry for a little bit. So before you cut it, it's not so wet. Okay, so I have one that I did a little bit earlier so I could show you with the dry one. Okay, so I'm gonna set this one aside to dry. So you're just gonna have to give it a few minutes to dry before you keep going with the video. So you can either pause it or you can watch the whole video, and if you remember what to do, then you can just do it once your paper is dry. So here I have the one that I did earlier, and it's all cut up into because I cut into it earlier to make the petals and the stem and the leaf. So once it's dry and you have your 2 colors, you can just take your scissors and you can cut. If you start at the edge that's straight and cut up kind of like an oval, then you will get the petals just like it did here. So I started where it was straight and I went up and around kind of like an oval, right? So I'm gonna show you here. So you're gonna start at the straight part and you're gonna go up, curve, okay? See that? So then you get what looks like a petal like this. Okay? But your petals can look however, and they can be as big as mine, they can be smaller, they can be bigger, right? If you want really big petals. So that's gonna be your petals. And then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna cut straight line for your stem like this. Okay, for your stem. So there you have your stem, right? And then you're going to cut one for your leaf too. Okay. There you go. Cut it right into it. So I get my leaf. Okay? And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just make it, flowers are all different shapes and sizes, so it doesn't matter. And here I have one that I started earlier That's good. That's what it's gonna end up looking. So you're going to go ahead and you're gonna assemble your petals around, so you have kind of like a circle in the middle and your petals around, right? So you can just go ahead and you can stick it on to here. And then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna get your stem and you're gonna stick it on here, and then you're gonna get your leaf. And you can have 2 leaves if you want. You can go ahead and take some glue, and I'm gonna glue my other one on there. Just a little, not a lot. Okay, so I have both of my leaves on there. And then I just went and I took some different color markers because it looks like there's a little bit of splatter on his background, and I did that on the back. So I just took a marker and I went ahead and I dotted it all over my paper. Dot, 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 dot. Okay, and you can use as many or as little colors as you want, right? And then there you go. You have a beautiful flower with different colors in the petals and different colors in the leaves that looks like Eric Carle's From a Tiny Seed. And you have your petals, you have your leaves, and you have your stem. And you can add, maybe if you want to add some dirt to it or some roots to it, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to add the sun to that, you can go ahead and add the sun, because we said that that was an essential for everything that's living to grow. Okay? So I hope you guys have lots of fun making your flower, and you enjoy that. And remember that I want to see your work. So if you do it, go ahead and take a picture and send it to me. And that's it for this video. I'll see you guys later. Bye.